Hello friends, this is Jitendra with a new topic, that is measurement of national income. Before going to measure the national income, first of all we have to segregate the sectors of the economy on the basis of different phases of circulation. As already discussed in circular flow of income, the income of the country is circulating from one sector to another sector in three different phases. The first phase is production sector, production phase. Second phase is the income phase, and third phase is the expenditure phase. Production phase is the generation phase. The income is generated in the production unit. The second phase, the income it is distributed in the income phase, and the third phase is based on the consumption expenditure or expenditure phase. Now let me discuss about what are the division of the sectors of the economy on the basis of these three phases of economy. Number one, the classification of sectors of economy on the basis of production. As you know, there are three sectors of the economy on the basis of the production. Number one, the primary sector. It consists of agriculture and allied activities. Secondary sector, it consists of manufacturing sectors, manufacturing activities, or conversion of raw material into the finished goods in another form. The third phase is the tertiary sector. It includes all types of services like insurance, banking, transportation, communication, all these activities. Now let me discuss the another division on the basis of the income. On the basis of income, there are four sectors. Number one, labor sector. It includes or it consists of all types of labor works, labor forces, includes the skilled labor, semi-skilled labor, and unskilled labors. All are coming under this. The second sector is known as the land and natural sector. It includes all types of land and building, that when we are investing all this land and building, we are earning some money, and that money is a part of the income, that in the form of rent. We'll discuss in detail later. And next one is the capital sector. And the capital sector, it includes all types of capitals like your physical capital as well as the working capital. Now, the fourth sector is known as the enterprise sector. There are number of enterprises operating in the economy, starting from the public sector and the private sector. Both enterprises are included in this income group. So altogether there are four sectors in the income. One is the labor sector. Second one is the land and natural sector. Natural sector, it is the reserve properties are natural properties, if anybody is having, like Odisha is having coal mines, and on the basis of that coal mines, it is a natural property owned by the Odisha state government, and the central government is giving royalty to the state government on the basis of that natural resource reserve. So that is known as the royalties obtained from there. So we'll discuss whenever I will discuss in the income method, I will discuss all these components in detail. Now this is all about the four sectors of income generated in the economy. Now let me discuss another form, another division, that is the consumption. On the basis of consumption, there are also four sectors. Number one, private final consumption. And this private final consumption includes all the consumption made by private household as well as the non-profit organizations. Secondly, the government final consumption. It is a part of the consumption which includes only consumed by the government for the social welfare as well as for the production of social welfare goods as well as for the general administration of the country, like goods and services produced, and secondly the consumption made for the general and industrial, like your Lloyd and office stationaries, you can say like your defense equipments, purchase of defense equipments, all are coming under this part of this government consumption. The third component is the firm or business consumption, final consumption. As you know, the business concerns are also consuming goods and services for the capital formation, and includes both private sector as well as the government sector, public sector, for the capital formation of the private for the capital formation, and that capital formation is part of this final consumption expenditure. Let me discuss another part. There is your external consumption. External consumption may be the net export, may be the net import, depending on the factor which is greater. If export is more, then it will become net export. If import will be there, then it will be net import. Now, it is an external consumption expenditure, the difference between export and import. If export is more, then it is a net export. If import is more, that is a net import. So this is all about the sectors division on the basis of different generation phase, income phase, as well as your distribution or disposition phase. Now, let me discuss the methods of measurement. How many methods are there? All three methods we can measure the national income on the basis of three phases of income: generation phase, distribution phase, and disposition phase. Now, let me discuss what to learn while you are going to estimate the national income. What exactly you want to learn? You need to learn these three components. Number one, components of all the methods, all three methods. Steps, what steps is exactly required to make it. Third one is the precautions. What are the precautions required to take? Because national income estimation is a little bit different from other type of activities in the macro level, macroeconomics. So that's why some precautions has to be taken in order to get this. Now, let me discuss the first method and what are the components. The first method is the value added method or the production method, and this production method is otherwise known as the value added method because it adds some value during this process. Let me discuss one example. Suppose a pen. Suppose a pen is available in the market at ₹10. Exactly, do you want to know what is the exact value of that 10 rupees pen? The cost of raw material is used maximum maybe 1 rupee or 2 rupees. Then it is available in the market at ₹10. Definitely this 2 rupees and 10 rupees, the difference is what? 8 rupees. And where that 8 rupees invested? That 8 rupees is the part of the value addition. That means it is spending during the production on the basis of 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, enterprise. And those 4 factors are involved in the expenditure of all these 8 rupees. That 8 rupees is the value addition. That 8 rupees the value addition. We are adding these 8 rupees in 2 rupees raw material cost to get the value of output as 10 rupees. This is one example, simple example. Okay. Similarly, what are the exactly methods or what are the different components? There are 3 components normally we are having: value added by primary sector, value added by secondary sector, value added by tertiary sector. As you know, the division already I made earlier, that there are 3 sectors of the economy on the basis of the production. So there are primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. So this primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector combined together, the value addition combined together forms the components of this value addition. Now what are the steps? Next two steps, the step 1 is based on the division of the production sector into 3 sectors: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Step number 2, estimate value added by all 3 sectors as GVA market price at primary sector, GVA market price secondary sector, GVA market price tertiary sector. Step number 3, calculate GDP market price by adding all these 3 components: GVA primary sector, GVA secondary sector and GVA tertiary sector. Now after calculating GDP market price, because GDP market price is equal to summation of GVA market price, all the 3 sectors. Calculate domestic income by subtracting depreciation and NIT from the GDP market price, as the expression is showing here. Domestic income is equal to NDBFC is equal to GDP market price minus depreciation minus NIT. And step 5, calculate national income by adding NFIA to the domestic income. So these are the 5 normal steps to find out the national income, to estimate national income by production method or the value added method. Now coming to the part, what are the precautions? Normal precautions are taken to calculate the national income. The first one, the cost of intermediate goods should not be taken in the national income accounting. Why? Because the value of intermediate goods is already included in the value of the final goods. So it is not required to take again because it is already included. In order to avoid the double counting, we should not take the value of the intermediate good. The second one is the value of second hand good will not be taken, because the value of second hand good means it is already included in the national income in the year of production, in which year it has been produced. It is already included in the national income. Similarly, the third one, commission raised, value of second hand good will not be included, but commission raised due to this will be included in the national income. Now coming to the part, the production of goods for the self consumption. If suppose a farmer is producing goods, any good, if it is producing for own consumption, then that will be included, because the value of good can be measured in terms of market value. Similarly, production of services cannot be included. It can be included. It can be included, but it is not included because the measurement is very difficult. Suppose a teacher is teaching to his son or daughter. Suppose your mother is cooking in kitchen. Any service provided by your own or for own purpose, it is not included because the value cannot be measured at the market price. But goods can be measured. Clear? Then next one, the imputed value of owner occupied house will be included, because suppose you are living in a particular house of your own, then the rent of that particular house at a particular place can be measured in terms of market value. That's why we have to measure and we will include in the national income, because it's a part of the national income, the part of the current year production of services. So this is all about these precautions taken in the value added method. Next, coming to the part, how can you measure? Method to calculate. Gross value added at market price we have to calculate by adding all the value addition made by 3 sectors: primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. So GVA market price or GDP market price is equal to value addition by primary sector, value addition by secondary sector, and value addition by tertiary sector. Now after this, How can you calculate the value added? As we already discussed, value addition made by primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector forms of GDP. But how can you measure the value addition? The value addition is a simple process. Value addition can be measured the value of output minus intermediate consumption or intermediate cost, or cost of the raw material. Intermediate value of output includes domestic sales within the domestic territory plus export selling outside and there is change in the inventory or change in the stock. Now, what are the part of this intermediate consumption? There are two parts, purchases plus imports. These are the two components. Purchases means domestic purchase plus import of raw material from outside. The value, if you subtract these two components, then you will get the value addition. So we have to calculate value addition by primary sector in the same method. Secondary sector and tertiary sector. We are calculating the value addition. Let me have one numerical example to calculate the value added. Here, calculate value added by form A for the following data. Particulars are given: sales by form A 200, purchase by form A from X, purchase by form A from Y 60, change in stock by form A 70, indirect taxes 50. Now, this is the formula: value added is equal to value of output minus intermediate consumption, then domestic sale plus export plus change in stock minus domestic purchase plus import. Then domestic sale is given 200 plus 70 is the change in stock minus 40 is the purchases from A from X and 60 purchases from Y. So this is the total purchase. Import is not given, so it is not required to take. Now, if you will calculate, then we will get 170 crores rupees is your value addition by form A. So there are other numerical examples in different books and reference books. So please go through it. You can get the result. Let me have example of calculating national income by value added method. This is the figure. Particulars are given: value of output, primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, intermediate cost, primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, change in stock, NIT depreciation, NIT and NFIA. These factors are given, and this is the solution. Solution is GDP market price is equal to value of output, primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, then intermediate cost, primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Now, how to put the values, output and the intermediate cost, you will get 1490 as your GDP market price. Now, GDP market price, GDP as the gross domestic income is equal to GDP market price and minus depreciation minus NIT. It's a simple example I had given, but you should go through different number of books, number of concepts. Now domestic income is calculated 1250, then national income is domestic income plus NFI is equal to 1240 crores. This is the example, numerical example, simple example I am giving you, but some other examples you should go through different type of books. This is all about your concept of national income measurement. Let me have the other methods, your income method and expenditure method in the next video. Thank you.